Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have another tutorial for you guys. This is basically everything you need to know about box braids. Well, not everything, but I covered a lot of stuff, I think. I know it's been a long time since I did a tutorial, but I am going to try really hard to keep them coming. I have a lot going on, but I'm gonna try my hardest to keep them coming. So in this tutorial, I'm gonna show you guys basically how I grip. I know that I've been getting a lot of questions about that, so I did a couple slow motions showing you guys how I grip, as you can see right here. There is another part that's gonna come, so I will explain with that part. So let's get started. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the description, not description, in the comment section below, and I will answer them, or just let me know what type of tutorials you guys would like for me to be doing, and I will do that also. I feel like sometimes I don't have like an idea of a tutorial you guys will want me to do. That's why I don't do them as much. But if you guys will like give me an idea of what you would like to see, then I will keep them coming. So let's get into this tutorial. So right here, like I said, I am going to slow it down and explain when it gets to certain parts, like what I'm doing. Basically going to show you guys how to actually braid and how to grip and how the end of your braid should look. So right here I'm just showing you guys how to actually braid. As you can see, as I am braiding, I am making sure that the client's hair is underneath the braid and not on top. When you do this, you avoid trimming off your client's hair when you go back to trim around the braids. Sometimes when you do it like this, you really don't need to trim it off because your braids end up so neat. And then right here I'm showing you guys how I will switch over some hair if I felt like um, basically one side of the hair string was shorter, or not shorter but like thinner. I'm going to show you guys again. Just it's not hard at all. You just literally take some of whichever one you feel like is thick and then just pass it over to wherever it's short. So right here I'm going to get into the gripping. So with my gripping, I just go into it like I would be braiding. I literally just place the hair on top of the client's hair, section it into three, and just start braiding. But I pull it to make it tighter. So right here I just gave it a little pull and then went ahead and just braided like I would be braiding it regularly. Once that part is secure and tight, I just go on and keep braiding. There's no special technique, there's no special trick, there's nothing. I just literally separate the hair into three. I will do a tutorial going more in depth into that. But I just section the hair into three, place it on top of the client's hair, and just start braiding it. And I just pull it just a little bit, not too tight, because you don't want it to be too tight. And I just, start to braid. That's all I do. I hope you guys really like caught on to that. I've done a couple tutorials, with that, and people still don't get it. Some people get offended, and I'm just like, I'm really trying to explain it the best way I know how to. No one taught me how to do it. I just one day decided to do it. So I'm going to show you guys again right here. Place the hair onto the client's hair, separate it into three, and that's it. I just braid. So as I separate it into three, I pull and braid, pull, braid. You have to do that for maybe like, you have to do that like maybe 3 times just to get the hair secured and into place. And that's it. And you just keep braiding. That's all I do. Nothing special, nothing fancy, no trick, nothing. I'm talking a lot, so I'm going to keep quiet now and let you guys watch. So it's very important that you switch over hair or pads, however you want to call it, if you feel like one side of the hair is thin, because you don't want one, you want it to look even. You don't want bulky, skinny, bulky, skinny. So you want to make sure the hair is evenly distributed through, the whole thing, like each size or each, I don't even know how to say it, but basically you have the same amount of hair with each strand of hair that you're holding. So basically right here I'm showing you guys how I pass the hair over if I needed more on the other side. You can always rewind it, and I think YouTube have this option where like you can slow it down some more if you need it to be slowed down, and just watch that. It's very important that you make sure that your hair is even or the braid is even. So I know a lot of people under one of my videos were saying that the braids were too spaced out. This is how this particular client likes her braids. Whenever she comes in, this is how she wants them done. And I actually love them like this because the braids are pretty long and you don't want them to be too full because you don't want it to be, um, hold on, so basically the end of your braids should look like this. You have to make sure you braid it all the way down because once I let it go, it's gonna unravel a little bit. Now, if I don't braid it all the way down and I let it unravel, it looks, it's so disgusting to me when I see braids where like they braid it and you have like all this hair left over that could have been braided, but the stylist was either too lazy to braid it or don't know what they're doing. So you always want to make sure that your braid is braided all the way to the end. This is also another technique that I use. I will definitely do another tutorial with this if you guys want me to. But basically when I get to the top of the client's head and I can't, grip it like I normally would, I started off like I would be doing a cornrow. But this one is very tricky because if you don't do it right, the braid actually do look like a cornrow. So like I said, I will do another tutorial explaining and showing you guys how to do it this way. But if it's not done right, you will end up like having the braid lay and the client can't do nothing with it. When it's done right, it does not do that. It looks like the rest of the braids. But basically what I was saying with braiding the hair all the way to the end, when you braid it all the way to the end, when you dip it in hot water, that's how you get that nice skinny look finish, clean finish. But if the hair, you have a lot of hair at the bottom, then it starts to look crinkly and messy, and that's not cute. So if you guys want to see a tutorial of how I braid like this, just let me know and I can do, show you guys. We are all done. I'm going to go ahead and trim around the braids. I really didn't have a lot to trim off because of the way I braid. But sometimes when you stretch the hair and it's not really stretched right, you will get, some part of the hair sticking out. And I always like to go back and trim all of that off. This is what I meant by making sure your client's hair is tucked into the braid. If it's tucked into the braid, then you won't be trimming off the client's hair. But if it's not tucked, then you end up, cutting your client's hair, and that's never cool. So I'm just dipping it in water, and you see how the ends are like really skinny and straight. Um, but yeah, this is how my client likes it. She doesn't like it too full because the hair is really long, and if it's too full, it's gonna be too much on her head, and she's not gonna be able to do much with it. So this is how she likes it. I think this is like her third or fourth time doing this particular style. So we are all done. I'm just putting some mousse, spraying some oil sheen in there, and that is it. I'm just taking my pictures, and we are all done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next tutorial.